So you've got an Infiniti G37 or a Nissan 370Z with the famous VQ37 motor and you want to make 400 horsepower? Well, this video is just for you. Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to make 400 horsepower. Whether you've got the Infiniti G37 or the Nissan 370Z, they both come stock with about 328 or 330 horsepower. But today we're going to talk about how to make it at 400 horsepower in few easy steps. Now, before we dive into the video, I do want to clarify that I'm talking about 400 crank horsepower, not 400 wheel horsepower. To get to 400 wheel horsepower, you are going to need some sort of forced induction, whether you go supercharger or turbo. But this video will walk you through how to get to the 400 crank horsepower in your Infiniti G37 or Nissan 370Z just with the bolt-ons. Now, Z1 Motorsport does sell a kit that basically does exactly this with all the parts needed, including the tuning, but it is a pretty costly setup. So we're gonna look at each individual part, how much it adds horsepower, so you can build the car in different stages. You may realize you don't need 400 crank horsepower, or you might be able to find same mods with a different manufacturer for a little bit cheaper, so the cost is gonna be a little bit cheaper. Because the Z1 Motorsport package is over $4,000, and that is pretty costly because it doesn't even include any installation. This is just the parts. Once you get all the installation, you're looking at close to $6,000. So I want to talk about each different part that makes up that horsepower, how much horsepower you can gain with that specific mod. You might be able to get a deal on Facebook Marketplace or get a same part with a different manufacturer to be able to make it to 400 crank horsepower in your Infiniti G37 or Nissan 370Z without breaking the bank. Now let's talk about baseline. So the G37 makes 328 horsepower at the crank, while the 370Z makes 330 horsepower. Both of these will dyno at around 280 wheel horsepower because there's about 15% drivetrain loss from the engine to when you can actually put the power to the wheels. So in our mission to get to 400 crank horsepower, we're looking to increase about 70 horsepower, which is plenty. And honestly, it's a really good number if you have a street-driven car. You're going to be able to feel the power, enjoy it without having any traction issues, especially if you got a rear-wheel drive platform. So I'm going to list them in order of the horsepower you can get from each part so you can kind of plan your build accordingly, because once you kind of do a couple parts, you may realize that you don't really need to go further. It is still plenty fun by just having those mods. Now, first up on my list, depending on which route you want to go in, would be a tune, because a lot of people I've talked to, unless you're going max any effort, once you get the tune, especially if you have an automatic transmission, the car feels a lot more punchier, the red line increases, and the shift points increase as well. And of course, you get a little bit power bump as well. So a lot of people start with there and they're pretty content with what the G37 does or the 370Z does. The tune would roughly net you about 15 rear wheel horsepower. Now, if you are gonna do all the mods that I'm gonna list out, then of course, hold off on the tune and then do it towards the end. So you have all the mods and then you can combine it with the tune. Otherwise, you'll be throwing money by retuning the car once you get all the other mods. So just tuning your G37 or the 370Z, you're gonna go from about 280 rear wheel horsepower to about 305. It's still a pretty decent gain. Now, next big mod that will get you good amount of power is going to be headers with high flow cats. You want your engine to breathe a little bit more efficiently and remove any restrictions. So this is going to help you net another 15 horsepower or so. So just combine with the tune and the headers and high flow cats, you're looking at about 30 wheel horsepower. So since we started right around 280 horsepower, you're already at 310 horsepower, which is a pretty big bump from the stock, and about 30 horsepower or so at the wheels, you're definitely gonna start noticing some difference on your butt dyno. But of course, we're not ending here because we're gonna send it all the way because this is gonna be max NA effort build that you can do. Now, the other big bang for your buck in terms of the power mods is going to be a ported intake manifold. This will get you about 10 to 15 horsepower or so, especially with a tune. And it's not as costly compared to the headers and high flow cats. So let's assume it's about 15 horsepower. You've done 3 mods so far. And once you add up all the power, you're right around 325 wheel horsepower. So you can see we're starting to get a little close to where we want to be in terms of getting the 400 crank horsepower. 400 crank horsepower roughly translates to 335 to 340 rear wheel horsepower. So we're only 15 short, and next couple mods will add those little bit of power that you need to get to that hump where you can make 400 crank horsepower on your G37 or 370Z. So next one is going to be colder intake. This is not going to net you a lot of power, but if you get the colder intake, you're going to get about 5 rear wheel horsepower or so. It will sound really good and it looks really good under the hood. So not only you get the power, you also get the benefit of just kind of looking a little bit cool and experience the sound a little bit more. Now talking about sound, there's a couple of things you can do with the exhaust aside from the headers that will also net you a little bit more power. You can go ahead and get the Y pipe here that will convert from your stock 2.5 to 3-inch exhaust, which will be more free flowing. It will also help because you've got headers as well. And of course you can get a cat back exhaust as well. Again, both of them aren't really gonna give too much power, just like the colder intake. It will make your car sound a lot nicer, and you can probably bank on getting about 5 rear wheel horsepower or so with each of those mods. So combine about 10 horsepower extra. And with those, you're gonna be right around 340 horsepower. And again, that is at the wheel, so it translates to about 400 horsepower at the crank. Each dyno reads differently, so you might have a happy dyno where you end up reading 350, or you might have a dyno that just reads a little bit lower, so you might get close to 325, 330 horsepower. But the point is, once you get all these mods done, you'll be very close to 400 crank horsepower. And if you daily the car, or even if it's a weekend cruiser, it's gonna be a lot more fun than compared to stock form. I mean, 400 horsepower is still pretty respectable. You'll be right around what Q50 Red Sport makes, and even some of the tuned regular Q50s. So you'll be able to hang with them. Obviously, if they're tuned, because they're turboed, there's no chance. Now, I listed all these parts individually because, like I said, you can find a lot of these parts at different manufacturers for a cheaper price. But you can see once you start adding up all the parts, it is going to get pretty costly. So it is really important to know which route you want to go in with your G37 or the 370Z. If the goal is to get maximum power, then I think you're better off just saving for his boost, especially supercharger kits. Some of the kits aren't too expensive, and you can start with that and easily make over 400 wheel horsepower for less amount of money, or about the same amount of money that you put in the NA setup. Now, the goal is to just have a fast daily driver. You want to build the car in stages and not put $6 grand into supercharger right from the start. Then this NA route is pretty good. Start with a tune, add a couple more mods, see how the car feels, and evaluate if the gains are worth it for the next few mods. As you saw, the colder intake, the exhaust portion, like the catback exhaust and the Y pipe, isn't going to result in much horsepower, about 10 to 15 rear wheel horsepower. But really the gains are with the tune, the headers, high flow cats, and the ported intake manifold. With all these mods done, you'll be easy at 400 crank horsepower, about 340 rear wheel horsepower, and it will make your G37 or 370Z very fun to drive. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video on how to get to 400 horsepower on a G37 or 370Z. Comment below which route you are going with, how much horsepower is enough for a street driven car for you, and of course subscribe for more videos.